The poverty in the West is a different kind of poverty. It is not only a poverty of loneliness, but also of spirituality. Mother Teresa.
Our fourth principle might be our best starting point for spiritual awakening, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning that leads us to explore our 6 sources, these wisdom traditions: direct experience, prophetic women and men, world religions, Judeo-Christian teachings, humanist teachings, and finally, earth-centered traditions. Thus, a UU's spiritual journey is a search for truth and meaning, exploring a wisdom tradition.
You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. Amit Ray.
Can you grow spiritually all on your own? All spirituality builds connections with someone or something other than the self. Thousands of years of philosophical tradition affirms that understanding the self only comes in relation to the other. Martin Buber, the 20th century Jewish philosopher and self-titled Hebrew humanist, had a lot to say about life.
All actual life is encounter. All real life is meeting. Martin Buber.
To prove his point, I can tell you that I learned more in 6 months working with a team of software developers than in the previous 10 years of coding by myself. Surely, an individual can leave a community to seek solitude and the purifying embrace of nature. However, I suspect a spiritual awakening rarely occurs outside the cultural context of a wisdom tradition in relation to a community.
I believe in God, but not as one thing, not as an old man in the sky. I believe that what people call God is something in all of us. I believe that what Jesus and Mohammed and Buddha and all the rest said was right. It's just that the translations have gone wrong. John Lennon.
Why these 6 sources? There are vocabulary for speaking in the cultural memes of wisdom and connectedness. When you have a spiritual awakening, like John Lennon, you speak in these cultural memes so that others can understand, right? Further studies in brain activity have shown that different spiritual experiences have different effects on the brain. For instance, practices involving letting go, or subjecting one's will to a divine plan, or sacrificing for a common cause can decrease activity in parts of the parietal cortex, de-emphasizing the self. This indicates spiritual experiences give the brain what it needs at that moment.
Let nothing dim the light that shines from within. Maya Angelou.
Isn't it funny how many spiritual people tell other people how to live based on their own spirituality? Catholic bishops, Pentecostal televangelists, Orthodox religious leaders, and spiritual gurus of all shades will tell you exactly what spirituality you should have. It's the opposite. Spiritual practice, indeed all subjective experience, tells you more about who you are than it does about anything else. A lifelong journey of spiritual practices is about you meeting your individual developmental needs. So spirituality is really a personal, emergent need. That is, a pattern of behaviors and beliefs that arise out of your psychological needs. So attend to them